Eventually, they decided to abandon the search for the village and just to hike back to Apollo instead of rafting the way they had come. But Kevin was furious because he thought that was Marcus' fault that they had to cut short their adventure. So he decided that he would raft down the river, and he persuaded Yossi to join him, but he didn't want Marcus to come with them. Marcus and Carlo decided to go back to Apollo on foot. The three friends agreed to meet in a hotel in the capital La Paz in a week's time. Early next morning, the two pairs of travelers said goodbye and set off on their different journeys. Okay.
So, can you answer the questions now?
Okay, just because he thought that. Okay. The original plan of three friends was to go to the village, which located in the in rainforest.
Mm-hmm.
In the rainforest.
Amazon
in
rainforest.
To an undiscovered Indian village.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and so how did they change? How did it change? Just a minute. Just a minute. Austrian called Carl didn't know where to go, and he didn't know the way to the forest, to the village which located in the rainforest. So, and they get lost.
They got
what
lost.
caused tensions between? Yeah, just complaining and.
Now I can hear you.
So, and what caused tension between? Because Marcus was infected, and he was always complaining, and the two friends was fed up by Marcus because he was complaining a lot. So Kevin and Marcus was just a minute. Kevin and Marcus. It was hurting. What's the Kevin? But Kevin was furious because of that. Marcus thought that they had to cut their adventure. So Marcus gave advice to cut the way to get the destination very fast. So he was complaining to the Marcus. So what did they finally separate? If I'm not mistaken, the Kevin was furious. Okay. Marcus and Carl decided to go back to Apollo, Markov on foot, but the friends agreed to meet in a hotel in La Paz. So, how would you have felt if you had been Marcus' situation? So maybe if I would be in a Marcus situation, I will act logically. So yeah, I would like to logically, and I will maybe discuss with other three people and how to decide the next step. So
you will make a decision about your next step.
Yeah. Together.
To find the best way, we can say. So, can you listen to these podcasts and answer the questions, please?
Okay.
3.6. Yossi and Kevin soon realized that going by river was a big mistake. The river got faster and faster, and soon they were in rapids. The raft was swept down the river at an incredible speed until it hit a rock. Both men were thrown into the water. Kevin was a strong swimmer, and he managed to swim to land. But Yossi was swept away by the rapids. But Yossi didn't drown. He was carried several kilometers downriver by the rapids, but he eventually managed to swim to the riverbank. He was totally exhausted. By an incredible piece of luck, he found their backpack floating in the river. The backpack contained a little food, insect repellent, a lighter, and, most important of all, the map. But the two friends were now separated by a canyon and 6 or 7 kilometers of jungle. Kevin was feeling desperate. He didn't know if Yossi was alive or dead, but he started walking downriver to look for him. He felt responsible for what had happened to his friend, because he had persuaded him to go with him on the river.
Yossi! Yossi!
Yossi, however, was feeling quite optimistic. He was sure that Kevin would look for him, so he started walking upriver, calling his friend's name.
Kevin! Kevin! Kevin!
But nobody answered. At night, Yossi tried to sleep, but he felt terrified. The jungle was full of noises. Suddenly, he woke up because he heard a branch breaking. He turned on his flashlight. There was a jaguar staring at him.
So, have to.
So, did you listen?
Yossi was trembling with fear. But then he remembered something that he had once seen in a film.
Okay.
He used a...
Should I answer the first and second question?
Yes.
Okay, what happened to Kevin and Yossi in the raft? They understand that it was a big mistake, and the float was so fast, and that they couldn't handle the water. So, and the raft was like, if I'm not mistaken, just a minute. Okay. And they were in the water, and the cat was very good swimmer, and they can handle the water, and he goes to the one, how to say,
Riverbed.
canyon. River.
He settled on a
Riverside.
riverbed, we can say, or he reached to a riverbed. It means shore.
And the second man find out the backpack in the water. So the second man, if I'm not mistaken. And in the backpack was some food, and the most important thing, there was a map. And when he looked at the map, and the forest, the jungle forest, was 7 and 8 kilometers away.
Then
So,
he found something more. What he found?
sorry.
He found something more in this bag. What did he find in this bag?
Map and lighter, lighter and some food, map and I forget what was.
Insect repellent.
Insect repellent.
Repellent, insect spray.
Yes.
And a lighter he found.
Yeah, it's more that it's for the and what?
And he found a lighter.
Yeah.
Okay, can you listen to the second podcast now?
Yeah, okay.
Feeling desperate. He didn't know if Yossi was alive or dead, but he started walking downriver to look for him. He felt responsible for what had happened to his friend, because he had persuaded him to go with him on the river.
Yossi! Yossi!
Yossi, however, was feeling quite optimistic. He was sure that Kevin would look for him, so he started walking upriver, calling his friend's name.
Kevin! Kevin! Kevin!
But nobody answered. At night, Yossi tried to sleep, but he felt terrified. The jungle was full of noises. Suddenly, he woke up because he heard a branch breaking. He turned on his flashlight. There was a jaguar staring at him. Yossi was trembling with fear. But then he remembered something that he had once seen in a film. He used a cigarette lighter to set fire to the insect repellent spray. And he managed to scare the jaguar away.
Okay.
Sorry?
And Kevin and Yossi started to look for each other. Kevin was he feeling small because of he how to say he make Yossi to go with them, persuade him to go with them.
Kevin was feeling desperate
Yeah,
because
so
he didn't know if Yossi was alive or dead.
yeah,
We can see.
but Yossi optimistic and tried to find out Kevin, and they yelling each other to call their name each other. So after that, Yossi couldn't find Kevin, and there was a night, and he was asleep, and there was a lot of voices. And when he woke up, there was a branch. Yes, this branch, something like that.
What kind
I
of
did not
branch?
Branch. Okay, so
Branch. First of all, suddenly he woke up because he heard a branch breaking.
branch breaking.
Branch is a stick of a wooden stick. Chit, chit.
Okay, I see.
Trees are breaking. Trees were broken. It means branch.
Yeah. Okay. So, when he switched on the light, there was a jaguar and staring at him, and he was terrified. And suddenly he realized that he has a insect. What?
Insect repellent. Insect spray.
Insect repellent. Yeah, and he used the fire and
He used a cigarette lighter to set a
cigarette
fire.
lighter. Yeah, cigarette lighter and insect. What?
Insect repellent spray.
Yes, insect repellent. It was like a big fire. Yeah, like we used to play like this. So
Mhm.
it's actually And
Insect
the jaguar
repellent.
maybe run off and
Run away.
was-
Scare the jaguar away.
yeah.
You can say. So next one, third podcast.
Okay.
3.8. After 5 days alone, Yossi was exhausted and starving. Suddenly, as he was walking, he saw a footprint on the trail. It was a hiking boot. It had to be Kevin's footprint.
Kevin!
He followed the trail until he discovered another footprint, and then another. But suddenly, he realized that the footprints weren't Kevin's footprints. They were his own. He had been walking around in a circle.
Oh,
At that moment, Yossi realized that he would never find Kevin. In fact, he felt sure that Kevin must be dead. He felt totally depressed and on the point of giving up.
okay.
So what happened?
Okay. Yossi was 5 days. He living alone in the jungle.
Mhm.
So he was starving and very frustrated,
Mhm.
etc. So suddenly he find out the footprint.
Mhm.
So sorry. So
Okay.
he find out a hitchhiking boot's footprint. So and started to walk with this footprint and find out that it was his own footprint, and he was just walking around the circle.
Mhm.
And he realized that he couldn't find out the way. So he was desperate at that time.
Perfect. So next podcast.
3.9. But Kevin wasn't dead. He was still looking for Yossi. But after nearly a week, he was also weak and exhausted from lack of food and lack of sleep. He decided that it was time to forget Yossi and try to save himself. He had just enough strength left to hold onto a log and let himself float down the river. Kevin was incredibly lucky. He was rescued by 2 Bolivian hunters who were traveling downriver in a canoe. The men only hunted in that part of the rainforest once a year, so if they had passed by a short time earlier or later, they wouldn't have seen Kevin. They took him back to the town of San Jose, where he spent 2 days recovering.
Finished?
Yeah, I have. So even also was a Yossi, and also he was exhausted because of lack of food. He was exhausted because of lack of food and lack of sleep. So he decided that he has some signs in his body and to swim.
Mhm.
So started to go with the flow, and some of the hunter of the village find out him.
Mhm.
If these hunters, oh my God,
Found them. If these hunters found them,
I don't understand you. Sorry.
I just continue with your sentence.
Yeah.
The hunters found them.
So found them, and it was a very big luck, because if they were very earlier or later, they couldn't see the cabin, and
They must have not seen them.
Yeah. So he was in 2 days of recovery. So something like this.
So next one.
Here. Okay.
3.10.
As soon as Kevin felt well enough, he went to a Bolivian army base and asked them to look for Yossi.
Mi amigo está
My friend
perdido
is lost in the
en la
jungle.
selva. Deben buscarle.
You must look for him.
The army officer he spoke to was sure that Yossi must be dead. But in the end, Kevin persuaded them to take him up in a plane and fly over the part of the rainforest where Yossi might be. But the plane had to fly too high over the rainforest, and the forest was too dense. They couldn't see anything at all. It was a hopeless search. Kevin felt terribly guilty. He was convinced that it was all his fault that Yossi was going to die in the jungle. Kevin's last hope was to pay a local man with a boat to take him up the river to look for his friend.
Finished.
Okay.
So listening to you, what happened?
How did Kevin first try to get help?
I think you lost the connection again. Now I can hear you.
How did Kevin first try to get help? He tried to talk with the Bolivian army and asked to help that his friend was lost, and they tried to rescued the Yossi with the plane, but the rainforest was the plane was far away from the rainforest, and the rainforest was
So dense.
So dense, yeah.
Not dense, so dense.
It was, now I understand. So, and now, this rescue was unsuccessful, and he tried to talk with the man who has a boat, and they went into the
Bolivian army.
Bolivian army. They didn't find out Yossi, and now Kevin talked with the man who has a boat, and they started to rescue the boat now. So,
And the last podcast.
3.11.
By now, Yossi had been on his own in the jungle for nearly 3 weeks. He hadn't eaten for days. He was starving, exhausted, and slowly losing his mind. It was evening. He lay down by the side of the river, ready for another night alone in the jungle. Suddenly, he heard the sound of a bee buzzing in his ear. He thought a bee had got inside his mosquito net. But when he opened his eyes, he saw that the buzzing noise wasn't a bee. It was a boat. Yossi was too weak to shout, but Kevin had already seen him.
Yossi! Yossi! Yossi!
It was a 1 in a million chance that Kevin would find his friend, but he did. Yossi was saved. When Yossi had recovered, he and Kevin flew to the city of La Paz, and they went directly to the hotel where they had agreed to meet Marcus and Carl. But Marcus and Carl were not at the hotel. The two men had never arrived back in the town of Apollo. The Bolivian army organized a search of the rainforest, but Marcus and Carl were never seen again.
Here, how long had this hole in jungle? Was 3 weeks without, was in the jungle 3 weeks. Started to lose his mind because of the lack of food, because of they didn't eat, and he was exhausted. So, but suddenly he lay down on the river bank, and then he started to hear a bee, but it wasn't a bee, it was a boat which goes to save the Yossi, and so Kevin started to yell, "Yossi, you are alive," and something like this. So when he recovered, he goes to the the hotel where they wanted to meet each other as two friends, but they found out that they didn't come up, and they rescued with the Bolivian army, and they didn't find out anything about
Previous
them.
guys.
Yeah, they were died
We don't
in
know,
the jungle.
but possibly yes.
We don't know. Yeah, possibly yes.
So can you complete these sentences, these gaps, with the verbs in the right tense, please?
Okay.
Now you can read aloud.
Sorry.
You can read aloud. No worries.
Okay. What would you do if you will be in the mountains?
No.
Yes.
What would you do?
Would
It is
be.
second conditional. So
Second condition.
if you were.
If you would be.
Were.
Would be. Really?
Second
If you were,
conditional.
Okay.
If past tense, would, could, might, work one.
Okay. We're in the mountains and you will get lost.
And you.
I forget about second condition.
Past
First
tense.
condition. I have past tense. Okay. If you got lost.
Got lost.
Yes. If I thought that somebody was in my house, if I thought that I will call the police.
No.
Really?
It is first conditional. If
Okay,
I thought.
Okay, just
Thought is past tense. So it is
okay.
second conditional. It means right side is would, could,
Right side.
or might verb one. So I would call.
If could call, yes.
I would call.
I would call. Okay. I have to have a look there. Actually, okay. I would call. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. So what's the class? Yeah. Нет. Нет. No, you guys. I'm sorry.
No worries.
So, if I thought call the police and I wouldn't confront.
I wouldn't
I'm sorry.
confront.
Wouldn't, yes?
Wouldn't confront.
I'm sorry, I have to
Where is
have
the
a look
verb? Where is the verb?
So, would, it will be would.
Would is okay. Your verb, где?
The second conditional verb. I'm sorry.
Okay. I said would not is okay. But where is the verb?
Yeah. Would not confront.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Confront. So what you have done if you were if you will be in your but just a minute. What would have you done if you were? Yes.
Can you correct example 2 first? Wouldn't.
For example, wouldn't
Confront.
have done if.
You didn't write the verb. Write verb, please.
Okay, again.
Would not confront.
Confront. I did write actually. I now writing the third sentence. What
No,
you
no,
have
you
done
didn't
if
write.
you.
Now I corrected. It cannot say you didn't click on enter button.
Okay.
And third
So,
one, if this is third conditional now.
The third conditional.
Do you know third conditional?
I forget about third and first conditional actually, so
Okay,
I have to
I'm
have
writing.
everything.
If
Okay.
plus past perfect tense had verb 3, second sentence is would, could or might plus have plus verb 3. It is the formula.
That is okay. What you have done if had would if you would be.
No, if you had been past perfect tense.
If you had been. Okay.
Because they change the places of the sentences. If is here,
Okay.
if is here.
Okay. Actually, I have to have a look at this conditionals. Actually, I did have a problem when I studied English, so when I was a student. If Kevin hadn't looked for his friend, if Kevin had looked for his friend, you see, might die. Yeah, might have been died.
Would, the most common answer is correct, but write it with would, please.
Would have been died.
Would have died, not passive
Have
active.
died. Okay. Would have died. Have died. So that's all.
So,
Okay.
grammar. Can you read this page, please?
Yes. Okay. I wouldn't have a car, and if I didn't have live in the country, if you weren't making so much noise, I wouldn't concentrate better. If you weren't making so much noise, weren't. If I were, I would make I would make Jimmy wear a helmet when he cycled.
If I were you, I would make Jimmy.
Okay. If you had come to class more often, you would have done better in the exams. I wouldn't have been late if I hadn't overslept. he would have died if he hadn't been wearing a helmet. He would have died if he hadn't been wearing a helmet. If the jacket had been a bit cheaper, I might have bought it. The jacket had been a bit cheaper, I might have bought it. Okay. Second conditional. If I won the lottery, I would travel a lot. If I won the lottery, I would travel a lot. It's okay. It's easy. If they sold their house, they would be rich. If they sold their house, they would be rich. Okay. Uses hypothetical or unlikely situations. Okay. Unreal or improbable situation now or in the future. Third conditional. If you had studied, you would have passed the exam. Okay. If I hadn't been sick, I would have gone to your party. Past perfect plus would have past participle. The person is imagining a different past. Okay. Imaginary situations that didn't happen. So, if you came to class more often, you would probably pass in the exam. If you had come to class more often, you would probably have passed the exam. Second and third conditional. Compare the two conditionals. Okay, you don't come to class enough. You need to come more often if you want to pass the exam. Okay, you didn't come to class enough, so you are failed. So, actually, the second one is imaginary situation that should happen, that didn't happen, but you are like imagining this in the past.
Yes.
But the second conditional, it didn't happen, but it will happen in the future.
Vice versa.
Probably happen or will probably happen.
If you are talking about second conditional is generally imaginary situation, and then there will be a weak possibility of the situation will come true.
Okay.
But it doesn't mean that fully unreal. Just currently it is imaginary situation, but not unreal. It is just my dream. Third conditional is in the past, fully in the past. It was a completed action, and then generally if you are using third conditional, it shows your imagination like a regret.
Okay.
Second conditional looks like little bit gossip, chit-chatting. It's not actually third conditional is about gossip. Second conditional is about little bit regret as well. For example, if I had a lot of money, I would buy that Ferrari. Do I have money? No.
Yeah.
Can I buy? No. In the future, maybe. I don't know. But third conditional that
Second
you can.
condition.
It is second. Third, you cannot change it.
Yeah.
If you had gotten married 5 years ago, 2 years ago, you would have a baby. You would have had a baby. Do you have a baby?
Yeah.
No. You married? No.
No. So,
Second conditional
I see.
can be used with your friends. Third conditional is your mom's complaint. Why you didn't get married?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
That I cannot change the
see.
situation. So let's
Okay.
see. Can you complete them? Do you want to take photo of the rule?
Sorry?
Do you want to take photo of the rule? Previous page?
Let's take a photo of the room where
Rule,
I'm sitting.
rule.
You mean
No, rule.
rule? Rule. I will. Yes, I will. Actually, I have to have a look again because it's kind of the conditionals that I didn't use a lot. So
You need to use all of
maybe
them.
I'm not gossiping. Maybe I'm not gossiping a lot. That's why I don't not use it.
So let's see.
Okay.
Can you start, please?
Okay. Complete with the correct form of the verb and bracket using second or third condition. I saw much food if you told me you weren't hungry. Okay. Again. So I have to have a look at the picture that I did take.
In chat box, I wrote the same.
Yes, I know, but
The problem starts
problem
here.
is when
I can change places of the sentences. First sentence, second sentence,
Yes.
you can replace. Just focus on which one is the first, which one is the second sentence. Rule is the same.
okay. Okay. So much food. If you okay. Is like I wonder if I didn't meet. Yeah? If I did not.
Oh, it is if you had told. If you had told, past perfect, third conditional.
You weren't hungry. Okay, it's third conditional, yes? If you would, if I would not meet, oh my god, it's so hard actually. I wouldn't meet. I wouldn't have made. It's like this. I wouldn't have made.
Yes.
Oh, sorry. If I were you, if I were you, I would have asked Jack to help me if he wasn't. No, just a minute. If I would have asked. He wasn't so busy. If he wasn't so busy, and here, okay. If I would ask.
I would ask because the right side is just I was.
If Joey an accident, if he hadn't been driving so fast, Joey. So not have. Wouldn't have accident.
Wouldn't have.
Not.
Had.
Have. Wouldn't have.
Had.
Had. Wouldn't have had. Wouldn't have had an accident. Would not have. Wouldn't have. Okay. I would run the marathon. I would run the marathon. Would have. If I would.
No. No, not I would. I had the run. First part. Past perfect.
I would run the marathon if I would have.
If I were. Okay, if it is I would run. If I were.
A bit better. Okay. So, if you were going. If you just mean if you past tense will be looked if you had been looking.
No. If you had
been looked. If you had looked. Yes. If you had looked where you're going. Yeah. I'm sure you would.
You would enjoy.
Me, I'm sure you.
You came back.
Okay, time's up. Yes.
Yeah, my another lesson is starting now. So, do you have questions? Do you have a question?
No, I don't have a question. I'm sorry. So
Okay. So,
I will do the homework and everything will be
internet connection.
No worries. So how is it going? Is everything well?
Yes, everything is okay. How about you?
I'm excellent. Well, thank you. Just freezing in Kazakhstan.
Ah,
So let's start. The truth about air travel. What is the truth? So you are going to listen to airline pilot and air traffic controller. Okay. Talking about a radio program, and then they are asking these questions, the classic myths and classic misunderstandings of these questions. So first of all, can you try to guess the answers, and then we will listen to the podcast and then judge it again.
okay,
Let's read and
let's
answer,
try.
please.
What weather condition are the most dangerous when you're flying a plane? Maybe when it's fog,
Blind flight.
it's rainy,
You-
windy.
I think you are an engineer, right?
No, I'm not an
In the
engineer.
previous lesson, you said something like this.
Yes, I said that I'm working at engineering sales department. We're dealing with sell our engineer services.
Okay.
Yes.
I think it's designed for rainy weathers, I guess. Maybe one more dangerous weather. Rain can be
Windy.
dangerous, actually.
Windy.
Side wind
What is this?
comes from the right or left side, not directly from the front or back. So generally, when the side wind comes, there will be no possibility to stabilize the plane.
Okay.
It can be.
Is turbulent really dangerous?
According to pilots, turbulence is not so dangerous, they said, because the plane is designed to deal with turbulences, I guess. But when they say, when the air condition, not air condition, sorry, weather condition or the side of the wind frequently changes. Yeah, I remember, frequently changes, it will be too dangerous. Because if I remember correctly, oil tanks, fuel tanks are positioned under the wings. So because of its side winds are so dangerous because they cannot stabilize the tanks. Liquids always move.
Yes. But sometimes turbulence is very scary for passengers.
Maybe. We will see. For me, it's not so dangerous. Because you have 50-50 chance. Right?
Yes.
Life and death. So just chill.
Which is more dangerous, taking off or landing? Maybe landing. No, taking off?
Taking off is always the most dangerous thing. Why? Can you guess? Not think like an engineer. It is too easy to find an answer. Too basic one thing that you cannot control.
Taking off?
Mhm.
That you cannot control.
Runway length.
Runway what?
Runway length. The distance.
Length, what is this?
Length. How long it is. It means while landing on, for example, you can control your speed and then at least you can go to the, for example, sandy area. Rampart. But when you are taking off, you should generally come at least the half of the piste. It means half of the runway, and then you should take off. If you cannot take off, what will happen?
Okay.
There will be no piste here.
Are some airports more dangerous than others? Yes, as you said, maybe in some airports runway are not so good.
Yeah, although these are really good and designed for professional pilots, some runways and some airports are located generally between mountains or between skyscrapers. I think in Singapore, Thailand, somewhere, the airport is located directly between skyscrapers. And sometimes pilots said that if you like to just land on, you should come a little bit vertical like this to pass the skyscrapers.
Okay. What personal qualities does an air traffic controller need? Air traffic controller, dispatcher. He needs to be confident. Then he needs to be.
He needs to be.
He needs to be well slept.
Patient, calm, multitasking.
Yes, but multitasking, I don't think that it's always a good, because he needs to coordinate to one task. So, is the job really very stressful? Yes.
300 people on this
Because
project.
every day you are, you are ответственный. How? My problem is
You are dealing with this.
I always forget the simple words, but I know them.
Deal, handle, manage,
Responsible.
responsible.
Yes, because they are responsible for so many lives every day. Why is it important for air traffic controllers and pilots to speak English well? Because there are a lot of English dialects. Indian people speaks different, Turkish different, British different. You need hear, speak and well.
I hope there will be no Scottish people in Kazakhstan.
Yes, in order to do not have misunderstanding.
I think all the world can understand each other except British people. This classic joke.
But for me, it's very difficult to understand Indian people.
At least you can try to understand them.
Indian and Chinese, maybe.
Have you ever tried Scottish, Irish, Burmese?
Yes. Irish, yes.
It's not a language, it's something different, I can
Yes,
say.
they have a different dialect.
The most easiest one, in my opinion, to understand Russian people.
Yes, because they speak
So empathetic.
they speak like a vocabulary, maybe.
Word by word, and then strongly pronounce their word, all the words.
Yes,
We are coming.
yes.
Easily you can understand them.
Yes, but it's this speaking
In their mind. We are
Yes.
translating. They speak.
Yes.
So can you listen to this radio program and then answer the questions again?
Okay.
2.7. With me in the studio today, I have Richard, who's a pilot, and Bryn, who's an air traffic controller. And they're going to answer some of the most frequently asked questions about flying and air travel. Hello to both of you.
Hello.
Hello.
Right, we're going to start with you, Richard. The first question is, what weather conditions are the most dangerous when flying a plane?
Probably the most dangerous weather conditions are when the wind changes direction very suddenly. This tends to happen during thunderstorms and typhoons, and it's especially dangerous during takeoff and landing. But it's quite unusual. I've been flying for 37 years now, and I've only experienced this 3 or 4 times.
What about turbulence? Is that dangerous?
It can be very bumpy and very uncomfortable, but it isn't dangerous. Even strong turbulence won't damage the plane. Pilots always try to avoid turbulence, but it can sometimes occur without any warning, which is why we always advise passengers to wear their seatbelt all the time during the flight.
Which is more dangerous, takeoff or landing?
Both takeoff and landing can be dangerous. They're the most dangerous moments of a flight. Pilots talk about the critical 8 minutes, the 3 minutes after takeoff and the 5 minutes before landing. Most accidents happen in this period. But I would say that takeoff is probably slightly more dangerous than landing. There is a critical moment just before takeoff when the plane is accelerating, but it hasn't yet reached the speed to be able to fly. If the pilot has a problem with the plane at this point, he has very little time, maybe only a second, to abort the takeoff.
Are some airports more dangerous than others?
Yes, some are, particularly airports with high mountains around them and airports in countries with older or more basic navigation equipment. For some difficult airports, like, let's say, Kathmandu, they only allow very experienced pilots to land there. And for some of these airports, pilots have to practice on a simulator first before they're given permission to land a plane there.
Thanks, Richard. Over to you, Bryn. What personal qualities do you think you need to be an air traffic controller?
I think confidence is number one. You need to be a self-confident person. You have to be sure of yourself and of the decisions you're making.
Most people imagine that being an air traffic controller is very stressful. Do you agree?
Actually, on a daily basis, the job isn't as stressful as people think. Obviously, it's true that stressful situations do arise, but when you're very busy, you just don't have time to get stressed.
Why is it important for pilots and controllers to have good, clear English?
English is the official language of air traffic control. We communicate with pilots using very specific phrases like runway, wind, cleared for takeoff, turbulence, traffic ahead, to your left, to your right, things like that. And it's true that you could just learn these specific phrases. But then, in an emergency, you don't know what language you might need. It's much less predictable, which is why it's vital for pilots and air traffic controllers to speak really good, clear English.
If I could just interrupt here. In fact, there have been several air crashes which happened because the air traffic controller misunderstood something that the pilot had said in English, or vice versa, because their pronunciation wasn't clear enough.
Yes, that's right.
Finally, people tend to think that most pilots and air traffic controllers are men. Would you say that was true?
Not in air traffic control. There are lots of women. It may not be 50-50, but there are plenty of us.
It's true about pilots, though. I mean, there are some women pilots, but it's still quite a male-dominated job, I'd say.
Why do you think that is?
People say it's because men have a better sense of direction.
Oh, very funny.
Richard, Bryn, thank you very much.
Okay.
So listening to you, what did you understand?
They speak about all these questions. Interviewer said to them, and they are answering.
Mm-hmm. And
What was the condition as the most dangerous? Richard O'Brien.
Richard and Brian.
Yes, Richard said that the most dangerous is when wind change their direction, and like a typhoon. Some in this situation.
Mm-hmm.
Is turbulence really dangerous? He said no. The turbulence, he said, it's bumpy and uncomfortable, but it's not really dangerous.
Perfect, because the planes are designed to deal with turbulence.
Yes. Which is more dangerous, taking off or landing? He said both of them. But actually taking off maybe a little bit dangerous than landing. Landing dangerous, 5 minutes to landing, it's a dangerous moment. Are some airports more dangerous than others? Yes, as you said, those airports that have mountains, like Kathmandu. What personal qualities does an air traffic controller need? She said that it's self-confident.
Okay.
Is the job really very stressful? She said, no, it's not stressful, but sometimes when you have some emergency situations, you don't have a time for stress. Why is it important for air traffic controllers and pilots to speak English well? This lady said that it's not important. You just need to learn some specific words like a wind, like a to left and right, and that's it. But the pilot said, yes, it's important because there are, in history there are some accidents when pilots and air traffic controller misunderstood each other. Are there more men than women working as pilots and air traffic controllers? In air traffic controls, she said that 50 to 50, but more men than a woman, maybe 60-40. And pilots, he said that yes, it's a male job.
Male-dominated
Male-dominated job.
job. Why do you think, or why they think so? Why
He
it's the
said
reality?
because the men are more. He said one adjective, I do not remember it.
Maybe I try to remember.
Because the men are more.
Tough.
No, not tough. Maybe if you want, we can listen again.
Okay, let's 10 seconds. Okay, I remember. Sense of direction.
Yes, sense of direction.
But actually, it's not the only one reason. Sense of direction can be. Sense of direction was in the past.
Yes.
Because now we have blind flights. Technical systems we have. So if you are good at technique, you can easily fly.
But I also think that the pilot is more for male, not for woman.
Yes, maybe. Actually, it's so difficult to compare because pilots and flight attendants, they actually do the same job. The roles are different, but situations are same.
Yes.
About responsibilities. Because they are flying and then their flight schedule is not so determined, is not exact. So they don't have a stable lifestyle.
As you know, all said that the woman is very dangerous when they're driving a car. But when she's driving an aircraft, it's more dangerous.
In my opinion, actually, it's not dangerous because there were a lot of female pilots in the world. Really successful female pilots. In Turkish Airlines as well, we have captain pilots. In Dubai, Qatar, if I remember correctly. No, in Dubai, Qatar, it's too difficult to find because of their, their some traits we have. But if I remember correctly, in other airlines, we have, for example, Sun Express, we have.
In Arsenal, we also have, but very, maybe maximum 5.
You cannot count them even.
Yes.
The problem starts here. Generally, women nowadays would like to have a stable life. They would like to have children, normal family life. But if you're a flight attendant, okay, flight attendant can be compensated. But if you are a pilot, it is the same actually, but you won't have, it's impossible to have stable life conditions. Although these are the same. So generally, women don't want to be a pilot. This may be because of the stress as well. 300 people. So, can you complete this article, please?
Choose the right forms of the verbs 1 to 9. At 11:35 on January 13th, 2012, British Airways flight BA 0206 was taking off.
Took off.
Took off from Miami to London. It had been flying for about 3 hours and was over the Atlantic when suddenly a voice had come out. Came out. Oh, just simple.
You'll see.
This is an emergency announcement. We may shortly have to make an emergency landing on water. Immediately panic was breaking out.
No, panic generally broke out. It cannot be continuous.
One passenger on the flight said, "My wife and I looked at each other and we feared the worst. We imagined that we were about to crash into the Atlantic. It was awful. Everybody was screaming." But about 30 seconds later, the cabin crew started to run up and down the aisle, saying that the message. Aisle, we learned this word, but I don't know.
Aisle, corridor.
Corridor. Точно. saying that the message was being played, had been played, and that everything was okay. By this time, a lot of the passengers were in tears and tried to get their life jackets.
No.
Were trying
Mhm.
under the seat. Another passenger said the captain didn't even say anything about it until just before we started to land, and even then he didn't explain what happened.
What had happened?
It was very traumatic. Everybody was terrified. I can't think of anything worse than being told your plane's about to crash it. It had been worse. Boy. Later, a British Airways spokesman.
What you wanna say? Say opposite. Said. And then correct answer.
Yes. A pre-recorded emergency announcement was activated by error on our flight from Miami to Heathrow. We would like to apologize to passengers on this flight. Thank you.
So, what is the main idea of this text?
The main idea of this text,
Mhm.
it's about emergency announcements in one flight.
Mhm. So, what happened?
Everybody is starting to panic,
Mhm.
and it was awful experience.
And that was a joke.
But everything at the end, everything was okay.
I remember one joke of a pilot in British Airways. Maybe you see on Instagram.
No.
He was pretending like he was Afghan. He was pretending Afghan accent and then tried to talk like Afghan people and then change his name. And then British people was screaming during the flight and then they took that it's hijacked plane. And then said, no, relax, I'm just already British. So, past simple, past continuous, past perfect. What is the difference between them? And then when do we use these tenses?
Past simple. Past completed actions. Past habits or states. Situations that started and finished in the past. Narrative use. Events of the story in chronological order. Past continuous. Actions in progress at a certain time in the past. Narrative use. Used to set the scene of the beginning of a story. Past perfect. Events happened earlier in the past. Duration from earlier in the past. Okay. Learn the examples. We arrived at the airport and checked in. We were having dinner when the plane hit some turbulence. At 9 o'clock, most people on the plane were reading or were trying to sleep. When we arrived at the airport, we suddenly realized that we had left one of the suitcases in the taxi. We had been flying for about 2 hours when suddenly the captain told us to fasten our seatbelts because we were flying into some very bad weather. Past perfect simple or continuous. Lena was crying because she had been reading a very sad book. Lena didn't want to see the film because she had already read the book. The past perfect continuous emphasizes the continuation of an activity. The past perfect simple emphasizes the completion of an activity. Okay.
Did you understand?
Yeah, I hope.
What did you understand? Can you summarize it?
Past simple, past continuous, and past perfect. Past continuous is action in progress in the past. At a certain time.
It is past simple.
Past continuous.
Past continuous is a little bit different.
Action in progress.
But it is written here a little bit basic. If you like to use past continuous, okay. Okay. First, I need to keep in my mind all of them. Then it will be okay. Past simple. The action should be completed or should complete in the past. It should be a static activity. So you should be sure that the action finished in the past and then there will be no reason to continue. Generally, past simple can be used by users if there will be no reason to show the duration. How long does it take? If you don't need to give such an answer to this question, you don't need to use past continuous. So past simple will be okay. And generally it's used with static activities, static verbs. Past continuous is a little bit different. Generally, it is not totally correctly taught in the books. To use past continuous, first of all, you should have some statements, some signals in this sentence. First of all, duration. Past simple, another past continuous, time, date, year, another activity, or any other signal refers to past in the sentence. So you can use past continuous. You cannot say past continuous was, were, verb, ing. No. You cannot use directly I was swimming. Because you should show me the reason why you are using past continuous. So you should find one parallel action or overlapping two actions, or one exact point that it can be name, date, year, happening, occurrence, event, etc. So past continuous should turn around it, circulate around this time. So you can easily understand that the action started from that point and then continued to that point. So you can use, otherwise I swam and I was swimming, there will be no difference between them. What is the difference between them? But I think, in my opinion, these are same, just you are showing your grammar. I was swimming yesterday for 5 hours. So you can understand beginning and the end. Or I can use only one name to give me the signal. During Hitler's period, Germany or the Deutschland was experiencing its best period. As you see, Hitler's period is a static time, but from one point to another point, there will be, for example, 30 years. So during 30 years, it means during Hitler's period. It gives me the continuation period.
Okay.
Past perfect is another version. It looks like past continuous. You cannot use had verb 3 and then finish. To use past perfect, first of all, in this sentence, you should show me past tense. Without past, you cannot use past perfect because it's a narrative, storytelling. Past tense, past perfect is past of past. To use it, first you should have past. What can it be? Past tense, past continuous tense, time, date, year, and then time adverse. By the time. Then it can be used. Because first of all, you should give me the past and then talk about past of this past. I had gone to the cinema by the time my mom arrived. By the time is the past tense, full sentence. Synonym is by. By cannot take a full sentence. It means before that activity, past perfect should happen and then finish.
Okay.
Understand?
Hope that. Let's do it.
Okay, let's do. Where is das? Let's try. Be
Make
careful
and
which one
lie
is the
are
first, which one is the
open.
second activity. Try to understand.
Okay. Make and lie могут. We're getting got a nasty surprise when they a nasty surprise. Had checked in? No, I thought it's Finished action, no? It's in progress.
A nested surprise. I think they are doing one activity, so there will be something surprising for them.
Okay. I thought that it is finished action.
When generally used with static verbs, but if you see while, grammatically correct version, while is 100% should be used with continuous tenses. But sometimes you can see static ones.
Okay. They won.
Be careful.
Had won.
Understand which one is the first, which one is the second activity. They are at the airport. Imagine now. You won the ticket after the airport or before the airport?
They had won 3 free plane tickets
Before
to
and
Rome
after.
competition, and they
Before and after.
had been looking forward to. But unfortunately, they had forgotten to get a passport for their son, so Shaw couldn't fly. Luckily, they had arrived very early for their flight, so they still had time to do something about it. They
Run, because they're at the airport now.
to the police station in the airport to apply for an emergency passport. Meg was going.
Was going. I didn't
Was
hear.
going?
Was going.
No, it's not.
Went as well can be correct because of
Went
while.
correct. Yes.
I said to you, while you should be used with continuous tenses.
Went was shown to the photo machine while Liam was filling in the forms.
Yes, correct. Was filling. Because we have while, it should be continuous.
The passport was ready in an hour, so they passport was ready for an hour, so they hurried
They hurried to the
to the
gate.
gate and had got on the plane.
No, just got.
Got. Okay.
Got on the plane. Is it clear?
Yes, it's better than the previous with one correct answer.
So. One more time now.
Okay. Verb in brackets in the past perfect simple, had done, or continuous, had been doing. If you think both are possible, use a continuous form. His English was very good. He had been learning for 5 years. I was really fed up because we continuous here.
What continues?
Past perfect.
Yes, had been queuing for 4 hours.
Had been queuing.
4 hours. Because we have duration here.
Been queuing. How right? Correct. Queuing.
Q U, E, U, I, N, G.
I read correctly then. Thank you. She went to the police to report that someone, past perfect simple, that someone had stolen her bag.
Had stolen.
It's little wet and there were puddles everywhere. It had been raining.
It had been raining.
She got to work late because she at home. She got to work late because she had left.
Yes, she had left.
She had left her phone at home and continuous. No. Also perfect. And has had.
Had that too.
I almost didn't recognize Tony at the party. He had been changing.
He had changed.
He had changed. The tourist faces were very red. They had seated.
No. Sitting. Had been sitting.
Had been sitting.
They had been sitting.
In the sun all morning, and they hadn't put on.
They hadn't put on.
Had not.
Had N-T put on. On, preposition.
I could see from their expressions that my parents had been arguing.
Had been arguing.
Jess had a bandage on her arm because she had fallen.
Had fallen.
I was amazed because I had never seen.
I had never seen.
How long had been walking?
How long had you been walking?
Had you been walking?
Perfect. Is it clear? Do you have questions with it?
No.
Okay, so what we have now. Now you need to create a story. When you come to these pictures end of the page, you can find some key expressions. Maybe it can be a frightening experience when you were traveling or on a holiday. Maybe you encountered with a dinosaur. It's not a problem. Mock up a story and then talk.
Okay, you're going to tell an anecdote, can be true or intended, invented, if it's a demonstrated or in such a convincing way. Setting the scene. This happened to me when I was talk about a time when you had a frightening experience when you are traveling on holiday. Arrived home from a trip and had a surprise.
So, which one would you like to choose?
I'm thinking. I think can I choose a different? Can I choose a funny story?
Yeah, you can choose a funny story, no
Not a
worries.
frightening story. This happened to me and my husband when we had just married.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay.
Okay.
Correct.
When we
tense.
had just married, or when we had just gotten married.
And
would
when
be
we
okay.
had just married, we decided to went for New Year holidays to Seoul, to Korea.
Mm-hmm.
And at the 31st of December, at 11 o'clock,
Mm-hmm.
when we came to the hotel,
Mm-hmm.
what is continuous? It had been going a parrot, something like a parrot.
Okay. A
Near
parent
the ho-
was
near the
flying
ho-
over.
Near the hotel, yes. And I said to my husband, let's join and celebrate the New Year party with the Korean people.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a music. It was they said something at Korean, and we had been working for an hour there,
Mm-hmm.
and then
Came back home.
Came back home, yes. And after when we returned from Korea to Kazakhstan, we had watched on TV.
Watched what?
We watched.
Watched what?
We watched on TV the news.
Mm-hmm. We watched news on the TV.
Yes, we watched news on the TV, and the news was showed this parrot, and funny moment that it was not a parrot, it was a
Drone?
how? it was a protest
Mhm.
against the president.
Okay, and then what happened? In
So
the end?
just this. We thought that we are celebrating the new year, but we are joining to the
The
protest
protest.
against the president.
Okay, so what we have next? Let's finish with the page first.
We have 2 minutes.
Yes. Ready?